More on that breaking story within the last hour, that wreckage from the plane which disappeared with the Cardiff City footballer Emiliano Sala and the pilot David Ibbotson on board has been found in the English Channel. David Mearns, a marine scientist who's been directing the private search, said tonight that wreckage of the plane was located early this morning by the survey ship FPV Morven. Mr. Mearns went on to say, as agreed with the Air Accidents Investigation Branch, they moved the GEO Ocean 3 over the position we provided them to visually identify the plane. Mr. Mearns added that the families of Emiliano Sala and David Ibbotson have been notified by the police. The Air Accidents Investigation Branch will be making a statement tomorrow. Tonight, the statement went on to say, our sole thoughts are with the families and friends of Emiliano and David. Just to remind you, the Piper Malibu carrying the two men disappeared over the English Channel on January the 21st after leaving Nantes in France for Cardiff. Two vessels, including one commissioned by the Air Accidents Investigation Branch using sonar, had been taking part in a fresh search covering an area of around 4 square nautical miles. But just to remind you that wreckage from the plane which had disappeared on January the 21st with the Cardiff City footballer Emiliano Sala and the pilot David Ibbotson on board has been found in the English Channel. It was found earlier this morning, but that news only confirmed this evening, and it's also been confirmed that a statement on the discovery will be made on Monday morning. The Air Accidents Investigation Branch reiterating that for tonight the thoughts are with the family and friends, of course, of Mr. Sala and Mr. Ibbotson. Last Wednesday, you may remember, the first remains of the plane were discovered. 2 seat cushions that had washed up were likely to belong to the aircraft, and the Air Accidents Investigation Branch had been advised by its French counterparts on Monday that part of a cushion was found on a beach near in France. Let's cross over now to Guernsey and get the latest from our reporter, John Fernandez. John, what more can you tell us?
Okay, so tonight the boat Morven, the private search vessel that was coordinated on behalf of the Sala family, came back to St. Peter Port Harbour with David Mearns, the man coordinating this search, and told us that earlier today, this morning, some sign of the wreckage of the missing Piper Malibu plane, believed to be carrying Emiliano Sala and pilot David Ibbotson, was found. Now, the boat, the GEO Ocean 3, on behalf of the Air Accident Investigation Branch, has been there now for around 7 hours looking in the area and working out some kind of salvage operation. Now, we've heard from Mearns that no bodies have been recovered at the moment, but we have been told that some wreckage has been found.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the search?
Yes, so as far as the search went, this was 4 square nautical miles, so they knew they were going down to a very small area, and this was because of the tidal currents that they'd worked out from where 2 cushions were found by the French authorities on a beach in Normandy in Certainville. So this meant that they could hone down the search area much, much finer, because last week the official search covered 1,700 square miles, so it really showed that they knew exactly what they were going for, and it seemed that around 9:30 this morning they found some sign of this boat. The private search vessel, the Morven, found something at around 9:30, so it was only out searching the area for about 2 hours before some sign of the wreckage was found.
OK, John, we'll leave it there for now. John Fernandez in Guernsey, thank you. Let's catch up with the weather now. Nick Miller has the forecast. News. I'm Rebecca Jones. The headlines at 10. Wreckage from the plane carrying the missing Cardiff City footballer Emiliano Sala and pilot David Ibbotson has been found. The plane carrying the two men disappeared en route from Nantes in France to Cardiff, and today's discovery follows a privately funded search operation. Nissan confirms that plans to build the X-Trail SUV in the UK have been scrapped in favour of Japan. And welcome to BBC News. Wreckage from the plane which disappeared with the Cardiff City footballer Emiliano Sala and pilot David Ibbotson on board has been found in the English Channel. David Mearns, a marine scientist who is directing the private search, said tonight that wreckage of the plane was located early this morning by the survey ship FPV Morven. Mr Mearns went on to say, as agreed with the Air Accidents Investigation Branch, they moved the GEO Ocean 3 over the position we provided them to visually identify the plane. Mr Mearns added, the families of Emiliano Sala and David Ibbotson have been notified by police. The Air Accidents Investigation Branch will be making a statement tomorrow. Tonight, our sole thoughts are with the families and friends of Emiliano and David. Well, let's go straight to Guernsey now and get the very latest from our reporter, John Fernandez. What can you tell us, John?
Well, as you were just saying, within the last 2 hours, David Mearns, who's coordinated this private search on behalf of the Salas, came on to Guernsey off of the Morven, which had been scouring the English Channel for most of today, to tell the media that some sign of this wreckage, the Piper Malibu, which has been missing for 13 days, has been found. Now, at the moment, as you said, the Air Accident Investigation Branch, the vessel that they've coordinated, the GEO Ocean 3, is still out there at the location where they believe they have found the downed aircraft, which was believed to have been containing Cardiff City footballer Emiliano Sala and David Ibbotson. Now, this location is to the west of Alderney and to the north of Guernsey, just off of one of the major shipping lanes. Now, for most of today, two vessels have been searching a 4 square nautical miles zone of that sea. Now, at the moment, as I said, the GEO Ocean 3 is still there, but earlier today it was the Morven, the private search vessel which was sponsored by the crowdfunding operation on behalf of the Sala family, found some sign of this wreckage. So now the salvage operation is going over to the AAIB, and the Morven is here in St Peter Port Harbour behind me.
John, what more can you tell us about the search and what's been going on? Because as you said, it was privately funded.
Yes, a privately funded search that David Mearns has been coordinated, a very well-known shipwreck hunter, and it was today, this morning at 9:30, that they found some sign of this wreckage. Now, they'd been trying to get out for quite a long time. It was the conditions here in Guernsey, very windy conditions, and the conditions in the Channel, which had stopped them up to now. Now, these difficult conditions allayed yesterday. They were able to get out at 3 o'clock this morning, and within about 2 hours of being out and doing a grid pattern, doing what David Mearns called mowing the lawn on the area, so going up and down across this 2 square nautical miles that they'd split up between the two vessels, they managed to find some sign of this vessel. Now, this was because of the tidal currents. They knew where to go to, because 2 cushions last week were found in Normandy at a beach in Certainville, and that led them to believe exactly where they found this missing Piper Malibu.
Thanks so much, John. John Fernandez there in Guernsey with the very latest news.